The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Breaking news now at 4. History made in Congress right here. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has been ousted from his position. Good afternoon. I'm Juan Fernandez.
And I'm Amy Johnson. Kevin McCarthy, the Republican congressman from Bakersfield, has become the first Speaker of the House to ever be removed from power.
Amy, far-right conservatives banded together to defeat McCarthy for working with Democrats to get a temporary spending bill passed and to avoid a government shutdown. KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here now with details on today's historic vote, Tom.
Well, Juan and Amy, it's a soap opera, but with very real-life consequences, right? So, Juan and Amy, a simple majority was needed to remove the Speaker, and they got it. 216 to 210. Conservatives ousted McCarthy for relying on Democratic votes to avoid a government shutdown, and Democrats joined with Republicans to vote him out. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has been stripped of his power.
The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz filed the motion to remove McCarthy after the Speaker turned to Democrats to help pass a short-term spending bill to keep the government open.
The one thing that the White House, House Democrats, and many of us on the conservative side of the Republican caucus would argue is that the thing we have in common, Kevin McCarthy said something to all of us at one point or another that he didn't really mean and never intended to live up to.
But then it was Gaetz who needed Democrats to help remove McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy is not trustworthy. We don't trust him. Their own conference doesn't trust him. We've just lurched from crisis to crisis with him as Speaker.
The decision to vacate the chair means the House will now plunge into a battle to elect a new Speaker of the House, though McCarthy can and will likely run again.
The overwhelming majority of my party supports the Speaker that we elected.
The House Republican drama comes as Congress is still grappling with crucial issues.
We have a government that will shut down in 40 days. We have a Ukraine war that needs to be funded in the next 15 days.
The House cannot proceed on any other issue until a new Speaker is elected. Well, the House is now in recess to get things in order as they try to figure out who is going to run to be the next Speaker of the House. Amy, Juan, we'll figure it out. Back to you.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. And of course, we will continue to follow this historic day in Congress throughout the evening on KCAL News and on KCALnews.com. And we are always streaming on CBS News Los Angeles.